Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome to my 100 subscriber Q&A. And before we begin, you guys absolutely killed it with the questions. Got a lot of interesting questions, which is good, that's what I wanted. So let's just get straight into it. The first question is actually an F1 question though, and it's from Kyle Milner. It says, what do you think of the F1 2017 season and the halo for 2018 and the new tyres? Well, 2017 season has... well, it's been okay. I mean, the fight at the front's just been between Hamilton and Vettel, so most of the time the camera just focuses on them. But remember back to Canada, where Hamilton was just out leading the race. You actually got to watch the midfield battles, so the Williams, Force Indias, Renault's all fighting for 7th and 8th. That was much more interesting to watch than just Hamilton and Vettel leading the race. As for the 2018, the halo, honestly the halo it's not going to do anything. It's just a rushed safety solution, because imagine, I think the idea was to stop obviously things hitting the drivers. So remember back to Massa's crash, well the spring that hit his helmet, went through his helmet in 2009 at Hungary. That, if that was happened with the halo one, that would just probably ping off the halo and just go into his chest somewhere, so that's not going to solve any issues. And you remember Alonso's crash at 2016 Australia, where the McLaren completely folded in half. The halo then probably just like crumpled down into him. And honestly, the halo is just a basketball hoop. As for the new tyres, what I've heard, I think it's meant to be even softer than the ultra soft, so it's just making the tyres they've got eventually you would just be not even used anymore. So it looks like probably trying to make the cars faster through the tyres instead of faster with the actual cars, because if you have faster tyres that wear out quicker, the cars still can't really follow each other that well. So it's not really going to make all too much difference really in the grand scheme of things. Next up we have DCC F1 and Daffy D, I hope I pronounced your name right there, with the pretty much the same question as what bands and singers do you listen to. So band wise, actually if you've seen my playlist you'll know I'm very varied. But mainly, if I had to choose one, definitely Dead by April for bands, and for single artists, definitely Bones Team Sesh. Next up, we have Rasta. It says, how long have you been watching F1? The first F1 race I properly watched was Australia 2006, so I would have been... yeah, I've been 6 then when that season started, so yeah, I've been watching F1 for 11 years now. So yeah, Australia 2006 was the first race I watched. I think Fizzy Keller won that race in the Renault, if I remember correctly. Next up we have Alison. Will you ever play Rocket League? You drive, you have wheels. I haven't played Rocket League really in about 3 or 4 months. Honestly, I just got bored of it really. It's all just samey really. 8 cars going for 2 goals, so I might play again in the future, but probably not for a bit anyway. Next up we have Billy. Says, if you drop soap, is the floor clean or is the soap dirty? I actually had quite a big think about this one, and I'd say it depends on the floor. Because say if you drop the soap on say just on normal bathroom floor, then it's not going to be particularly dirty because it's just a floor in your house. But then again, that one bit of floor is probably a bit clean, but if it depends on the soap as well. So if it's like a normal like bar of Dove soap and bits break off, that could be classed as dirt to someone if you don't know what it is. So it depends on the circumstances, I'd say. But if you dropped it in like I don't know, in the middle of a field, so you see all the manure and that, the soap would definitely be dirty then. Next up, Bonk Gamer smiley face. So you got a new gaming channel? Well, yeah, that's what I said in my last video. Other than Sonic Mania, what games would you play? First, I'll answer that one first. So honestly, any game that I like is what I'm playing. You've seen, you know, the main Tyro channel for this video is all the motorsport stuff, anything mainly car racing related, and then my second channel is for anything else that I want to play. And would you play something with me, like Steam games? Nothing really to play on the PS4, I mean. Wait till I get my gaming PC and then we'll talk. I'll say that much. Next up we have Fly. Can you do a stop motion of food? No, because that takes way too much effort and I can't be asked. Next up we have Book Lover. Which YouTubers was your biggest inspiration for starting? I mean, because I mainly started this on the F1 side, so I'd have to say the reason I started it in the first place with those really terrible, like 2-minute, just uncommentated F1 videos back from F1 2015, I'd probably have to say definitely Ben Team at Marduk was the main reason I started, but to get into my current Uni 1 F1 series, definitely have to be Arva, because mainly I saw his, you haven't seen his My Drive series, which I'm sure most of you have, if you're here in the first place. You know how he's got loads of different drivers, he's got a Jaguar, Audi and all that. That's the reason, honestly, I started with mine as well. I mean, I've got Williams as BMW powered, and when I get my gaming PC for Christmas, I can actually put a BMW livery on the Williams, and not just say it is. So I've got big plans coming for when I get my gaming PC for my F1 series. Okay, bonus question. Which YouTuber would you like to meet in person? Probably, I'd have to say, again, probably Arrowthing is my main reason I've kept doing YouTube, and overall it's just one of my favourite YouTubers for content to watch as well. Next up, we have Joshua. He says, thanks Tyro for your commitment to the Ware crew and congrats on 100 subs. Oh, thanks dude. How did it get into GTA racing? PS, stay safe. Respect. Pointer Media. How did I get into GTA racing? Honestly, I'd have to say from watching at the time Inside Gaming and T Martin. I saw them and I was thinking, okay, this is not what I was expecting from a GTA game. Because there wasn't really much of it. I know that the racing side was in GTA 4 and you get to do the almighty shortcuts with the amount of space you could go between space around the checkpoints and you have to drive through it, much like you can kind of in GTA 5 still. But then I saw Team Martin, then I just tried it myself in the noob lobbies. And then I found the Perth Racing Performances race crew, and then I just slowly built on from there, then went through other crews, which I didn't always have the best of times with them, but still they've got me to where I am today. And I just went through there, joining back when I was like a level 50 or something around there, joining S-Pro Rockstar race lobbies and doing absolutely terrible. I just built from there, and eventually I got to where I am today, with now taking, hopefully, more wins in the future in the Ware Select playlist and just other crew races in general. Next up we have Daft C, and his question is, do you know what the circumference of a triangle is when measured in miles per hour divided by Battlefield 3? I think the answer to that might be 27. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 27. Definitely the answer to that. Next up we have Justice. What do you think about Max Verstappen? Oh god, I forgot he's Dutch, isn't he? Both of them. And what's your favourite car 2015 onwards? So first of all, Max Verstappen. Is he still known as the Wonder Kid? Because honestly, he hasn't really done that much. I mean, back in, I think 2015 was his debut season properly. I mean, he was in the 2014 Toro Rosso for a few practice sessions. In 2015 he was honestly pretty even to Carlos Sainz. And all his hyped overtakes were just dive bombing the car in front and hoping they see you, otherwise you're both out of the race. And then after he took Danny Kvyat's seat in Red Bull for the Spanish Grand Prix, yeah, I mean, yeah, he won that race because Daniel Ricciardo got a puncture, so he couldn't win the race. I mean, ever since then, even though Max Verstappen in the current F1 season has only finished about half the races where he has finished, or the races where he was still, or when he was still going in the races that he retired, Daniel Ricciardo most of the time has been ahead of Max Verstappen, so Ricciardo really is the better driver, I'd say, out of him and Max Verstappen. And my favourite car from 2015 onwards? I'm guessing you mean road car by that. And honestly, I don't really have one, if I'm honest. I mean, the car I want is from 1993, and it's a Nissan 300ZX. But I do like Dodge Vipers or Corvettes, so maybe one of them, if I have to answer that, but I don't really have a favourite car from 2015 onwards. Next up, well, we have Daphne again. Says, real question, what was your first video game? My first video game was, well, I'm not counting Wii Sports because that came with the Wii. You know, like a free game that came with it back when the Wii was released back in 2007, I think it was. But my first game that I properly got / bought with my own money was F1 2009, and that is still to this day my favourite racing game and my second ever favourite game of all time. I mean, F1, that's why I did so many races on F1 2009, mainly with my dad, mainly in Monza, because that's the only race he could honestly keep up with me because I did that many races on it. And things got pretty interesting, especially when your engine went, you had to do like 10 laps with just a cloud of Vape Nation coming out of the back of your car, because in split screen the engines could blow but they didn't retire because it's a split screen race. Next up we have, what is your favourite banana? And my favourite banana is the banana. Honestly, it has to be the banana-y banana as my favourite banana. Next up we have Alex. Will you crack an egg on your head? And kind of a shout out. Well, shout out wise, go check out Alex the Ninja. And egg wise, no, I know that cracking eggs is good for your hair, but after seeing what Shane Dawson did with cracking eggs on his head, I don't want to do that. Next we have S-Pro Gaming. Congrats on reaching 100 subs. Cheers, dude. I would help you out on this one, so here's my question. If you only had the possibility of having 3 gameplay series, what would you choose and what kind of gameplay would it be for each game? Chilled, info updates like Bruffy, or just normal get to the finish with or without commentary? And so first of all, I obviously have my Ine1 F1 season, because that's going to be my long-running career mode on this channel. And then I'd probably have some kind of like chill series, where I just play like, honestly, like chill games. Kind of what I'm doing on my other channel with when I started doing the Sonic Mania videos. That's kind of a chill game. And third series, I may have to keep that to the GTA racing, the competitive side of GTA racing. So yeah, F1, GTA racing, and some other chill games on my other channel. Next up, we have the Moaning Yorkshireman, and that is a lot of questions there. So the first one, what is your favourite type of biscuit and why? If I'm honest, I don't really have a favourite. I don't really eat biscuits all that often. So I don't really have a favourite. I mean, I do like the thin, you know, everything's getting thin versions of it now. I do like the thin British chocolate digestives. Next question, who's your favourite small YouTuber at the moment, below 1,000 subscribers? The thing is, who's below 1,000 subscribers that I watch? Not many, if I'm honest. Probably only Moaning Yorkshireman and Kyle that I know, I think of right now, that I watch that are below 1k subs. Yeah, so it's definitely you two, because you're the only ones in the category for below 1,000 subs. Next question, where do you see both of your channels in 1 year's time? Hopefully both over 10k views, so I can put ads on the videos to actually make some money out of this. And definitely over 1k subscribers at least for both of my channels. I'm thinking that my second channel is going to get more, because more people care about Sonic and whatever else I play more than the Formula 1 side of YouTube is quite small, but I definitely want both, hopefully, over 1,000 subs on both the two channels. Next question, Twix, Fudge or Curly Wurly? I'd have to say Fudge. Yeah, definitely Fudge on that, because Curly Wurlies, I mean, they're nice, but most of it, there's just holes in the middle of it, so they give you less of it, which I've never really liked that much. And plus, they always shatter in the packets as well. So you open it, and all the chocolate just falls off, and it's split into about 1,000 pieces. As for Twix, I like Twixes, but I'm not really that much of a fan of caramel either, so that's why it's Fudge. And the fifth question, if you have £1 million but you couldn't spend that money on yourself, what would you do with it? I mean, well, if you wouldn't do it in the technical way, you put it in the bank and then live off the interest rate, because you're not spending the 1 million, you're spending the money that comes with that 1 million. So that's the technical way of getting around it. But if you mean you can't do anything with that money, like you can't do that, you have to do something with it that doesn't give you a money gain, I'd probably just split it between my best friends and give it them. And see all them get all the nice Ferraris and Mercedes and whatever. They'll probably spend it all on Steam. Yeah, let's definitely spend it all on Steam, actually. Next up, we have quite a few questions again from my friend Riley on Instagram. The first question, if you quit YouTube, what would you want to be? I mean, originally, I did want to be in the police, but honestly, anything that just pays the bills. I'm not too fussed now, if I'm honest. Just something where my weekends are free, and I get enough money to pay the bills, whatever. What celebrity do you want to be, your brother or sister? Again, I'm not one of the people that really that interested in celebrities, and honestly, I like being an only child. I get my own things, and I have my space. So I'm definitely fine being an only child. Next question, would you rather be attacked with a swarm of bees or a bear? It depends where I am, because say if there's a load of water around me, bears can swim and bees can't, so I just dive in the river or the body of water and hope that they go away. So yeah, otherwise if I'm not, and again it depends on the situation, maybe a bear, because if I had like a rifle or something, again, depending on the situation, I could just shoot it dead. And then shooting like 100 bees, that's not going to go very well. Next question, okay, is what's your favourite video game? As I've already said before, F1 2009 game-wise, for racing game-wise, but otherwise, definitely Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, that came out on the PS2, I think it was, yeah, then it got a PS3 remaster. And at the time, open world games, I mean, no, it's 2005, 6, 7, the graphics weren't the best, but I've never been that person who's bothered by the graphics. The gameplay, honestly, is more important than the actual graphics, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, definitely Shadow Colossus. I mean, just the open world of that game and just the stunning graphics as well, because the same people made The Last Guardian as well. That's my third favourite game of all time as well, so yeah, Japan Studio, I like what you're doing. And also, Shadow of the Colossus is getting a PS4 remaster, so hint about what's coming up on my second channel when that's released. Okay, last question. Do I sing in the car? And I don't sing out loud. You know when you like lip sync a song to yourself with like your earphones in? You just like mouth the words of the song. I do that, if that's what you mean, but singing out loud in the car, that's definitely not something that I do. And for the final question in this video, once again, it comes from Fly. And how do you peel bananas? Well, it's a very simple process to actually peel a banana. First of all, you want to make sure you turn it the right way up. So this is actually the right way up. And then the tip, you want to pinch the tip and pull down to the sides like so. First side, second side, how many times it splits is completely random, honestly. And then you have a peeled banana. So that's been the 100 sub Q&A. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. And let's get on the road to 250 subs. And I'll see you all next time.